Blue Archive's swimsuits are the best thing I've ever seen. Mostly because look at them, look at them and name a game with better design than this one. Oh, wait. That's right, exactly. You can't name any. And I might be thinking to yourself, what about Azure Lane? What about Azure Lane? I'm not out here trying to simp for a boat. I'm trying to simp for a girl. Blue Archive's live to these are among the best thing I've ever seen. Look at them. Look at that fox. Look at that ass. Perfection has been achieved. And yes, I simp. You know it. I know it. We all know it. If you watch this far, you probably simp too, don't you? Now, who do you simp for? Hina, Iroha, Izuna, Aru, Hoshino, Shiroko, Nanami, Ako, Hare, Hibiki. Do you see this list? It goes on and on. The names go on. All of them are amazing. You simp for at least one of them. I know you do. You just won't admit it to yourself. Is it the thighs that tell me maybe you're more into sweat? What about handcuffs? Butts, hips, upskirts? There's something for everyone. So if you haven't already, just download the game. Come, join the Discord server. Embrace the degeneracy. Subscribe too. That's also generally appreciated. Blue Archive is a game where you play as a teacher who also happens to be the only male for 75 miles around, unless you count this robot. Blue Archive puts you into the shoes of an average American teacher where you have zero qualifications, knowledge, or experience and are thrown into a world where there's less gun control than Chicago. Every student has a gun. Everyone has a gun except you because you don't fight. Bullets are expensive and you have a crippling gambling addiction both in-game and in real life. Developed by Nexon, the company that thought NFTs and Gacha were a great combination, this game has everything. Guns, stories, money, questionable teacher-student relations. You play as a teacher, and this is your robot daughter assistant, and she will pronounce whatever you choose to name yourself. We treat her very well. There's story, which is best understood if you smoke copious amounts of crack right before starting the game. Then, once you're high out of your mind, you can ignore the more confusing aspects of the game, like, why do they have halos? Why do they have wings? Why do some of them have tails and others don't? And where are all the men? There's guns, big guns, small guns, little guns, grenades, and so many more. There's crippling depression once you realize that you'll never be able to escape the gacha addiction that you've gained. And then there's swimsuits, handcuffs, sweat, leashes, cats, and food. All that and more await you in Blue Archive. Hey, so this is part of a much bigger project, so subscribe because if you don't, then you'll never be lucky, and you'll never see the rest of this. Join the Discord server if you want to be involved in creative discussions, future videos, and appear in the next episode of this. So I've run out of ideas for content, and as such, we're going to talk about Summer Izuna, but instead of talking about if she's good or if she's bad, I'm just going to tell you, look, okay, I'm going to roll. She's cute. If you can't tell already from looking at this channel and the 72 different Izuna videos I've made, and the fact that Izuna is quite legitimately in the recollection screen, my most invested character, my maxed out character, and the character who I talk about the most, I simp pretty heavily. Yeah, you know what, this fox is taking my wallet, and if I can get her early, I will, but I'm going all in. I don't care if I get her early. I'm still pulling and continuing to pull until I get her maxed out. So you know what? Yeah, we're talking about this summer skin. Have you seen it? I posted in my community tab. Have you seen the summer skin? We have a Discord. Go there. Now look, I'm not saying that the other summer skins weren't good, but what I am saying is that this summer skin is the one I like the most. Now, I'm not saying your waifu has a bad summer skin, but I am saying your waifu is not Izuna, so I elected to not care. Have you seen this box? She has the tail is right there. Look at that. Look at it right. It's there. I didn't think she was getting one. I was sitting there forever like, you know what, she's not going to get one for a while, and then bam, it happened. I saw it on Reddit. Now, here we are. Look, my wallet is draining already. I know I'm not going to get this for another year. I know it's not coming in like 8 months, but you know, I will wait. I will dedicate time and effort into getting this one specific unit. My channel is now just for Izuna sips, apparently. I wanted to branch out, but here we are back at it again. The cycle repeats itself. If you like Izuna, however, hey, tell me your thoughts down below because I'd love to hear them. Consider subscribing and liking. That's it for the video. I just wanted to simp. I just wanted to tell you that this is going to be an amazing time for me and for you both. And join the Discord. Goodbye. I am a simple man. I am a professional. I make videos on YouTube. And I'd like to remind everybody today that guess what? You know, I previously made a video regarding Izuna, and you know what? That video still stands. My opinions that I stated in that video still stand. However, today, we are gathered here today to talk about Hibiki. She got a new outfit or is getting one. I don't know. I've seen it. I haven't even seen it on YouTube or Twitter. I saw it in the Discord server, in which case, if you aren't there, you should go there. Like, I mean, seriously, we do a lot of things and we've been growing recently thanks to the Arknights content. But this isn't about Arknights. This is about Hibiki. And the cheerleader, I don't even know the story or event behind this outfit. I just wanted to bring attention to it. I did the same thing for Swimsuit Izuna. I want to bring that attention right now today. Look at this. Do you see this outfit on screen right now? I don't even know what it looks like because I'm not even editing this right now. And I hope you realize just how loud and how awkward it is to record these videos simping for these characters when my mother's outside my room. I have to explain this to her, or at least walk outside of this room with her watching. But you know what? It's worth it for the content. It is worth it for the draw. Look at this. Do you not see what I see? You know, no matter how much you may dislike Blue Archive, you cannot knock it for the character designs. The character designs are always amazing, no matter what. There's no bad outfit a character's gonna get. There's no bad alternative outfit. No, every outfit, every scene, every little bit and inkling of a character design is A1. It is on point. It is amazing. And you know what? This is another hit. This doesn't miss. This is something I'm gonna get, even if I have to wait 6 months for it, because it's probably not coming out for at least another year. It is worth it, because guess what? You see this? This is what I like. This is what perfection is. This is what I want you to roll for, because guess what? Blue Archive, Arknights, Genshin Impact, Gacha in general is not about the meta. It's about whatever gets you going. And this art here, this design here, this is better than the original. Possibly. They're kind of even, actually, but Hibiki already had a great design to begin with. Let's be honest here. She was already meta in her original design, in her original model. This is just a better variation. So I'm going for Izuna. I'm going for Izuna's next alternative outfit. Then I'm going for this. And I'm going, so I already have Hibiki. I don't even need to pick her up. It is because of this that my Hibiki went from 0 to almost maxed out in a day. And you should do the same. Are you not playing Blue Archive? If you're not, download it, reroll. I don't care. Just get Hibiki. Look, get Hibiki. Let the count sit. Just collect over time, and then once this banner rolls around, you pick her up and you're good. That is my recommendation. That is the point of this video. And if you forgot and haven't done it already, get Izuna. Get her. This is the. No matter what, I'm still representing Izuna out here. So I don't want to hear you skipped Izuna for Hibiki. No. Look. You don't have. No, this is an option. This is non-negotiable. You get the fox and you're good. I don't care what you do after that, but you get to get the fox. I'm bringing attention to this matter because I feel like people do not discuss it enough. You get Izuna, you are good. You're good in my books. You join the Discord server. I'll even give you a role. If you have Izuna in Blue Archive and she is above level 1, I will give you a role. So you know what? You better roll for her because I am going to give you a role for her. That is all. Thank you for watching today's video. Subscribe, like, you know the usual stuff, and I will see you next time. Hoshino is one of the best characters in the game. Since YouTube removed the dislike button, you cannot fight me on that. Hoshino, the Hoshinasi. This video was brought to you in part by Luck, the resident meta slave of our Discord server, and one of the many resident Hoshino simps. Join if you haven't already, and you might be part of the next video's quotes, such as, Hoshino was designed to have brutal, cunny sex with me. Oh, my mother can hear this, and I am so disappointed in myself. But you know what? Honestly, worth it. However, back to Hoshino. Now, this is a character who, in my opinion, did not have the best live 2D for her original skin, but instead has an amazing one that you've probably seen in the background of multiple other videos for her swimsuit variation, and I want to talk about that. This is a unit who I personally did not summon for or simp for, even care too much for upon the game's initial release. She spooked me. She was sitting on my account. I didn't really build her because Tsubaki was apparently the most likely unit that I should build at the time, and I've slowly gone back to it. And you know what? She's good. She's good. She has a nice relationship storyline, but the art, oh my god, the art for Hoshino, woo, man, it's good. For reasons of my channel's safety, I cannot show all the art on screen now, but Hoshino, as we all know, was clearly designed for sex. Not only that, but she's also wife material, in case you haven't noticed. I mean, look at the live 2D. For instance, first off, among all the live 2Ds, it's amazing. This shows the most body. Now, I'm gonna, as a resident Izuna simp, have to obviously clarify that Izuna has the best live 2D, but Hoshino is obviously a very close tie with that. It's something for everybody. You have the stomach, you have the smile, you have the nice music, you have feet if you're a feet person. This live 2D is overall perfection. Look at it. Look at Hoshino. Look at this. Compare it to the first live 2D, and you have one when it's already better. Look at how superior it is in general. Then look at the art. Now, Hoshino wasn't designed exactly with cheerleader art, but there is cheerleader art, and I want to focus on that right now. Have you seen it? Because if you haven't, I'm going to introduce it to you right now. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Trying to find a good Hoshino art for this video is almost impossible because there's so much porn, and I can't really show it on screen, but this video is probably demonetized anyway, so let's be honest here. As a Blue Archive player, you've probably already seen it. And if you haven't, you're lying to yourself. Hoshino is among the top Blue Archive characters alongside Izuna and Hibiki. Keep in mind this is Hibiki in her cheerleader variation because I think she was under-simped for with her original variation. She was just, you know, a meta unit to pick for. But I think Hoshino now and cheerleader Hibiki and Izuna are the top 3 characters in the game. The live 2D appeals to everybody. The character design is great. She's a actual pivotal character in the main story, meaning that if you're an individual who likes lore, you have a lot going for you. And she's pink. Who doesn't like pink? If you do like pink, good. If you don't like pink, well, too bad. I'd like to remind everybody that Hoshino art is amazing. You should look at it if you haven't already, and join the server. That way you can find other Hoshino simps. And if enough Hoshino simps join the server, I will change the icon to Hoshino. And finally, I will continue my trend of mispronouncing everyone's name because you comment and it helps the algorithm. Either way, subscribe, leave a like if you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye. Leave a comment for who I should simp for next in a video. Blue Archive. There's a vast variety of characters in Blue Archive. Some of them are playable, some of them are not, some of them are strikers, some of them are special units, and some of them aren't even released yet on global. This is going to be a massive undertaking. I intend to make an individual video for each and every one of these Blue Archive characters, tell you their appeal, a brief bit about their story, and then move on. This will be vaguely similar to individual videos that I've made, such as the Izuna one, or even the Hibiki and Hoshino one. Ultimately, there will be a playlist in alphabetical order in the event that you want to check out all of these, but for now, Irie. Now, a lot of individuals neglect this character, and I do too. But the focus of this series isn't necessarily to talk about whether the unit is good or not, whether they're viable in meta, or whether they're a good unit you should build. Instead, I want to talk about their visual appeal, the live 2D, and a bit of their relationship storyline. Keep in mind though, I will not be spoiling anything, and I don't want to reveal any large points in their relationship storyline because I feel like that's best experienced by you. Now overall, this character has some degree of visual appeal. It depends on what you're looking at and what you're looking for. If you're looking at the live 2D specifically, she has thighs. I'm not gonna lie, the live 2D is very simple, it's very clean, it's very colorful too, and that's an issue with certain live 2Ds in that they can be very bland or feel very drab depending on what you're looking at. The art style in this one for Irie's is very consistent. It's very nice, it's clean overall, and it's beautifully designed. I feel like the reason this character gets overshadowed is mostly because people don't use her a lot in meta or in their teams, and because she's from Trinity, she also has competition like Azusa, alongside other competition like Oharu, Hifumi, Mashiro, and so on, even Natsu. But if we're separating her off from that school and we're looking at her overall visual appeal, and this will include art that you can find, it's actually quite nice. Now, I won't lie, this character does suffer from a similar issue that so many Blue Archive characters have, in that because they're lower rarity units and they don't get a lot of focus in the plot, or at least in terms of the banners and events, they aren't necessarily full of art. Irie, on one hand, on subjects and sites like Joboru, only have 48 images, and that's quite low considering Blue Archive as a whole has 34,000. But the art that is there is actually pretty good, and a lot of it's wholesome. I think if I had to pinpoint one specific area and aspect of her life that I quite like is both the ice cream, because ice cream overall is good no matter what. I'm pretty sure most of the characters who are related and correlated around food do have very nice live 2Ds. The pink in the actual live 2D itself is quite nice. The thighs I appreciate overall, but it's very cute live 2D. It's not lewd, it's not overbearing, and it's not too much going on to an extent where it's distracting. I would not mind having this on my home screen. Or my lobby screen, realistically. Now, if you're looking as to whether or not you should build this unit, I recommend looking at the tier lists of our resident Metaslave in the Discord server. If you haven't joined, please do so. But Irie's, according to him, a very niche unit. So I recommend building her if you like her and if you love her, but don't prioritize it if you have other units that need more attention. The biggest issue with this live 2D is it's not voiced. I do hope they in some way, shape, or form add that voicing in the future, but as of right now, there is no voice for her lobby screen, and that's kind of disappointing. Overall, though, I would give Irie herself a 5 out of 10, maybe even a 6. It really depends on what you prefer. Overall, I quite like the thighs, but there's not much else going on in this for me. For you, you can be an ice cream fan, you could be a fan of the overall aesthetic and the color design, and I understand that. Either way, leave a like, subscribe, so that way you see the next video, which will be on Akane. Either way, bye, and see you next time. Hey everyone, you're watching Disney Channel. Welcome to Blue Archive. Here you roleplay as a Catholic priest, except you can actually get bitches, so you're basically Johnny Sins. The Pope would not approve, but the Catholic Church would. Here we ignore Twitter. Today's video is sponsored by my Discord server. They'd like to remind you, Cunny. In Blue Archive, you are the only man, apparently, other than this suit who has the drip and the music.
Meanwhile,
We're sitting out here
Yee ass haircut you got.
with this terrible theme. To allow me as a professional connoisseur of the arts to take you on a journey throughout the worlds of, and by the end of this, you will have acquired Eris is a unit that is very popular amongst the entirety of the Blue Archive fandom, particularly because of her art, but also because she was essentially the first unit that got censored. And that's a whole nother debacle that I won't really delve into, but she is beloved by the community, especially in the Discord server. If you come in there, we also have the resident Hoshino enjoyer, Luck, who also happens to be an enjoyer of this character. So if you see quotes throughout the video of whatever he says, remember, I don't probably fact check that. So good luck with that. But ultimately, from a different perspective, she has one of, in my opinion, the best live 2Ds, both for thumbnail material, obviously, for title material, obviously, but also it's very cute and the colors all go together. One of the big issues with live 2Ds in Blue Archive is that they can oftentimes vary between quality, and I think this one is a very consistent, very high quality design. The colors match, the theme match, the music is always nice, let's be honest here. And it's a solid sort of conclusion to the relationship line of a character who was thoroughly introduced through a actual event. So this character has quite a lot of story focused on them, and if you're an individual who likes this character, you have a pretty decent chunk of content to go through. She's also very fun. I mean, she literally has a giant weapon, and if you want to see the dedication some individuals in our server have shown to this character, just look no further than these screenshots here. Now, the downsides of this unit. I don't own her. She will not come home. So I can't even give an evaluation based on my own perspective of the story quests because I feel like if I watch it on YouTube, it's less impactful than if I had the character. However, if you're an individual who values the state of their account and wants to push further into more difficult content, please understand here that she also has the benefit of at least being a decent enough unit to build. While she's not ranked in the must-build category according to our meta slave, she is still a valuable unit, and the opinions of him will be shown on screen now. Alongside the opinions of other appreciators of this unit. And if you have an opinion you'd like to share about her, mention it in the comment section down below. Ultimately though, I do think this character has, outside of just the exceptional live 2D, which I will repeatedly mention because I think live 2Ds are part of the reason we all like certain characters. Don't get me wrong, I think it's great to have a great relationship storyline, but if you have a good home screen or a good lobby screen, live 2D, then it's much more valuable and it's much more impactful. Because it happens the same way. If a character you like has a really, really bad screen on the lobby, it's just a bit disappointing. So I think nailing the design of a good character, a good model, a good kit, and a good live 2D really does sort of send home the idea that certain units do have a lot of value to at least people who own them. And if you're an individual who happens to utilize less meta units and happens to build units based on just the fact that you like them, hey, good for you. With that being said, as a unit with official sus art, a rapid and vast fan base, an extremely high amount of art, great overall design, and a good kit, I place her at an overall ranking of 8 out of 10, with 0 or 1 being essentially Izumi and 10 out of 10 being Izuna. I think the one thing that could excel and push her into the 9 out of 10 category would be if she came to my account, but that's an entirely separate issue. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this character down below, and with that being said, subscribe because I'll be going through the other units, and this took a while to edit.